Welcome to channel make your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once for all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Alright, today's video we would like to, I've seen news being circulated around. It's regards to the ADF, the Australian Defence Force, which is currently recruiting. So since June 2024, the Minister for the Defence, Richard Miles, has announced that there's need more personnel to join the military. So they have actually opened up more opportunity, not just for the Australian citizen itself, but they open up for other permanent residency. So it has been circulated around that, well, if I come to Australia and if I put my hands up, say, look, I'm happy to join the Australian military services, then you will get the Australian citizens. Well, is that true? Well, partially, but it's not what you think. So today I'm gonna do this video just to go through it and who is eligible and which we will break a lot of people's heart, but let's see how that will go. All right, so let's jump into the exact website of, well, usually this is my first time doing YouTube video going into the Australian Defence website. It looks quite nice. As you read, this one came out from June 4th, 2024, so it's been a while, but there has been a circulated information calling everybody, you know, look, just join Australian Defence Force, then you'll get Australian citizenship. So forget about skill migration, forget about the global talent, forget about skill assessment, just put your hands up and say, look, I want to become the Australian soldier, then they will give you a passport. No, it's not, it doesn't work that way. All right, so let's have a read. It says ADF, the Australian Defence Force, opens ranked to non-citizens. Wow, the topic reads pretty good. You know, a lot of people will agree. I mean, 90% or 99% of my viewers are non-citizens in Australia, so this will be a very attractive topic to actually talk about. Now let's have a read and we'll go into the detail. There it says New Zealander. All right, so they're calling for Kiwis, not for any other people. Okay, who call Australian home? Well, a lot of Kiwi call Australian home, and they hold a special category visa subclass 444. We're also being able to apply joint ADF while eligible applicant from UK, USA, and Canada will be joined from 2025. So I'm sorry, this is not for any other nationalities, especially coming from Asia. So not for anyone, but it's for the Kiwis first. So Kiwis start from July, and then they will go for 2025. So from January 2025, it will be open for US and open for UK and open for Canadian citizens. All right, the plans is to expand eligibility criteria announced by the government on June 4th in line with National Defence Strategy. Basically what that means is that there's just not enough people they could actually recruit from Australia itself. Why? Well, it's pretty easy because Australia is too big and the population is too scarce. Now that's the same problem aligned with the skill migrations as well. People think there are too many migrants, there are too many skill migrants. They should really drop and decrease the requirement and the number of quota for skill migrant, but it's actually no. It's the mass land size, the continent of Australia is just too big. So we can see this from the ADF as well, because they just cannot recruit enough Aussies. So they want people from New Zealand and they want people from UK, US, and Canada. Obviously, there are some military grade intelligence and information required to be, share around. So I don't think they're open up for any other nationality at all. So there has been the rumors spreading around saying if you join the military in Australia, then you will automatically get a passport. Then that information is wrong. So from July 2024, eligible New Zealanders who are living in Australia can apply to join ADF, and from January 2025, UK, US, and Canada. So that's basically it. That's not talking about any other nationality. You coming from India, Pakistan, Japan, Taiwan, China, and you just put your hands up and say, look, I want to become an Australian soldier, then they will throw an Australian passport to you. No, it doesn't work that way. All right, let's go into another eligibility detail there, so don't confuse anyone. Now, first of all, to be eligible to join ADF is obviously Australian citizen, but they do have a certain additional requirement down here that we can see. It says citizenship, it says proof of Australian citizenship. Obviously then you don't have it. Then we go to options for non-Australian citizen. Down here it says to be New Zealand citizen. So obviously once we hit January 2025, then they will say to be New Zealand, UK, US, and Canadian citizen, and you must be permanent resident living in Australia, holding, well, that's for the or holding a 444 visa. That's for Kiwis, and living in Australia for at least 1 year. So there's actually a lot more than what you think. You need to be already living in Australia, and you need to be holding a permanent residence. For example, if you're coming from, I can assume this, if you migrate from Canada, and you only hold a visitor visa, can you join ADF? No, you cannot. You have to migrate to Australia to become a permanent resident. For example, you get a 858 visa, you get a 190, you get a 189 visa or 186 visa, and you already become a permanent resident, and also been living just prior the lodgement of become to the ADF already 1 year immediately before you apply to join, and have not served foreign military in the 2 years prior applying. So if you have served for Canadian Defense Force, for example, in 2024, then obviously next year you cannot apply. You got to be 2 years prior just to be safe. There's certain ratio stages about the espionage issues required to be clear, and obviously all the other stuff that you need to be less than 48. I think you need to be above 16, and things like that. And there's an English requirement to be demonstrate proficient English, defined as IELTS system. You need to demonstrate you have proficiency in English. I'm not too sure how high that will be, but anyhow, that's what it is there. Now, so this video basically clear out the circulated information or news. I'm just been receiving information, and I think it's ridiculous. There are people talking about becoming an Australian soldier, or hands up to getting recruited as an Australian soldier, and then you will automatically get an Australian passport or citizenship. So that is just the wrong message. It's not correct. It's only open for the Kiwis now, and then they will slowly open up from January 2025 to the UK, US, and Canadian citizen. And I believe they gotta be first to become a permanent resident first. It's just a fast track for them to become the Australian citizen, rather than so the general procedures still require. Now the fast track is usually people are required to stay for the prolonged 4 years consecutively to actually transfer into citizenship. Now they only require 90 days. That's basically where it says. So I give you an example. If you migrate from Canada under the subclass 186, now traditionally you need to live and stay in Australia for consecutive 4 years, and then you'll be eligible to lodge and become an Australian citizen. Now, so was the Kiwis. They come with a special, although there has been a change, they come with a special category visa, subclass 444, but they still required to stay consecutive 4 years in order to actually apply for Australian citizenship. Now, if you wanted to join the military, all you need to do is come to Australia, live for 1 year, because you need to be at least 1 year. Then you join the ADF, 90 days later, so 1 year plus 90 days, then you'll be able to apply to become Australian citizen. So that's basically what it's actually trying to say. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.